Welcome, my name is Molly. This is Yoga Sculpt. You'll be working your muscles today in a yoga vinyasa format. The yoga part of it is simply linking your breath with the movement, which increases stamina and helps you to release naturally, helps you to be more bodily aware. So if you're too tired, too winded, come into child's pose or downward dog at any time. That being said, you're probably at home in a safe space to challenge yourself. Whatever you bring forward is perfect for you today. It takes a long time for these sequences to feel comfortable in your body, but I promise you they bring so many benefits. Let's get started.
You will need 2 5-pound weights or less and a yoga strap, which can be a scarf, belt, or rope, something that doesn't stretch, and of course, your yoga mat. Begin in Shavasana, arms and legs outstretched, palms facing up. Relax. Close your eyes. Your body breathes itself all day long, 21,600 times, whether or not you pay attention to it. Take back the breath. Begin by placing your right hand on your heart cage and your left hand on your belly. Inhale deeply with sound, Ujjayi breath, in through your nose, out through your nose, into your chest. Physically feel your chest rise. And exhale completely, swirling the air at the back of the throat like Darth Vader. Exhale longer than your inhale. Now inhale deeply, force the air into your belly. Physically feel your belly rise as your diaphragm lowers and compresses your organs. Exhale, feel the belly lower. 2 more rounds, alternating in and out through the chest and in and out through the belly. Find your strap and place it around the sole of your right foot. Lower and flex the feet. Untuck the pelvis so the thighs have a connection with the ground. Then relax your lower back. Without bending your knee, start pulling on the strap. Keep the leg low and don't bend the knee. The second you feel resistance, pause and breathe into it. Remember the opposite leg, at least one point on the back of the thigh should touch the ground. If it doesn't, next time bring a rolled up washcloth and shove it under there. Okay, we're lowering the right leg, untucking the strap and placing it on the left flexed foot, lifting till we feel resistance and pausing, breathing into it. Beginning with an intelligent opening of the oh so important hamstring group. Lifting just a little bit into the resistance. Final breath. And lower the left leg. Remove the strap. We won't need it again until the end of class. So get it out of your way and bring the right knee into the right armpit. Give it a nice squeeze, hug in. Breathing into the belly and then breathing into the chest. And switch to the left side. Left knee in to left armpit. Pressing the lower back into the mat. And gently lower the leg. Bring in the right knee, lift the chest and forehead off the ground, forehead to knee. And left side, forehead to knee, elongating that right leg switch. Right knee in, chin up, and left, right, Lifting the shoulders and chest high off the mat. Double time on the right now. In, left, in, right, in. Awakening the core. Right, left, lowering to the floor with control. Flip to your belly. Make a pillow for your third eye with your hands. We are going to find our TBA, our transverse abdominals, from this setting. They are easiest to find at the very end of the breath. So inhale deeply. Exhale. Suck the belly button to the spine. In. Hold. Little more air out. And inhale. No tucking of the tailbone here. Finding that deep exhale again. At the end of the breath, lifting and squeezing the muscles between your hips. In. And hold. Inhale. They should feel like a trampoline. 2 more rounds on your own, holding the breath for 5. Finding those deep muscles like a corset on your torso. Strengthening this muscle stabilizes the core and back. Cobra. Place your fingertips in line with your shoulders. Elbows pointing straight back and up, moving with your breath. Inhale up to cobra, pulling the heart cage forward and up, gaze down the nose and lower. Exhale. Inhale, chin still tucked, reaching the legs behind you and lower. And last one, unfurl the chin this time, circling the upper spine, shoulders away from ears, strengthening the back of the body. Lower with control, forehead to the mat. Arms reaching out overhead for Superman. Lift your legs, arms, and head off the ground. Looking forward, lifting higher, higher. Hold and lower. Cradle the head with the hands. Lean into your left elbow, holding the head for a safe quadricep stretch. Press your pubic bone into the mat. Reach for the right ankle, pull the heel to the outer glute till you feel resistance. Breathing into this stretch. And opposite side. Remember, we're tucking the pelvis, pressing the pubic bone into the mat. This is a safe way to open the quads without hyperextending the lumbar spine or borrowing from the psoas. Release. Press back into puppy pose on your knees, arms long, armpits reaching towards the floor, wagging side to side. Exhaling, pulling forward into cat, doming the back out, finding table, dropping the belly, inhale into cow. Exhale, tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis into cat. Inhale into cow, look up. Follow your own breath with the movement, bending at the elbows, reaching your heart cage up and through in cow. Deeply tucking the pelvis in cat. Level the spine. Look over your left shoulder at your left hip and then your right. Making a crescent with the spine. Checking to see your feet and toes are straight back, heels up. Flip onto your toes, bend the knees. Send the hips back and up into a long downward dog, high on the toes. Exhale, strong cat, pulling into plank. Lowering the knees, inhale, coming into cow. Big exhale, pressing the hips back, still exhaling, pulling forward into cat. Lower the knees, inhale into cow. Churning through these, juicing up the body. Finding the TBA engagement on the deep exhale. Breathing into the body on the inhale. Walk the feet forward to a comfortable downward dog distance, high on the toes. Elongated upper body comes first. Bring your toes and feet together, lower onto your knees, and sit back for toe breaker. Sitting heavy on the heels, move the pinky toe away from the other toes. Manually bring your heels together. Roll your shoulders down the back. Interlock your fingers behind you. Lift the chest, tuck the chin. Releasing the hands, bringing them to your collarbones, looking up, opening the throat and neck. Open to the sides, using the traction of the hands against the skin. We use our toes a lot in Yoga Sculpt. This is just a trick to keep your hair longer. Okay, pull forward into plank. Step the feet out hip width. Lower the knees to the mat, then your chest, then your forehead. Flip to the tops of your feet, lift your chest into cobra, and send your hips back to downward dog. Stay high on the balls of your feet. Knees bent, pedal the feet out, lowering the heels one at a time, then together. Palms pressing root down into the hands, the webbing of your fingers spread wide, triceps spinning towards the floor. Lift the right leg high, bringing the knee to nose, pulling into plank, hold, and then place the right foot in between your hands, lowering the left knee, reaching the torso high, looking up, inhale, exhale into cactus. Lowering those elbows, still exhaling, elbows together. Inhale, look up again. Exhale into cactus, narrow the ribs, elbows together, place the hands to the mat, sending the right leg back into three-legged dog and lower. Left leg reaches up and high, knee to nose, place the foot, Anjaneyasana, inhale, exhale cactus, still exhaling, bring the elbows together in front of you, narrow the ribs, inhale again, exhale cactus, elbows together, lower the hands, step back into your left leg, three-legged dog, and lower. Breathe in this downward facing dog. Right leg high, step it between the hands for warrior one, pivoting the back heel to the mat, reaching the arms up overhead. Find the deep lunge. Square the hips, arms in line with ears, and exhale, lower fingertips to the floor, step back, knees, chest, forehead, Vinyasa. Squeeze the glutes in cobra. Meeting in downward dog, opposite side, left leg high, stepping through to warrior one, pivoting the back heel down, Virabhadrasana A. Extend the leg from the hip to the foot. Exhale, fingertips to the ground, knees, chest, forehead, Vinyasa, meeting in downward dog. Right leg high, bending at the knee, rotating the femur in the socket in one direction. And then the other direction, pressing equally into the palms and lower. Left leg high, rotating in one direction. Noticing the difference between the two hips and lower. Downward dog, reaching through the shoulders. Make a juicy walk to the top of your mat, feet wider than hip width. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, fold, grabbing opposite elbows, sending your weight forward, generously bending your knees. Rock side to side. Release the neck, release the lower back. Grab opposite ankles and pull to open the upper back. And switch sides, hanging, opening, hands to your knees, gently roll to standing, Samastitihi, arms swing up overhead, inhale, look up, exhale, bring the palms down your center line, pressing at the heart, setting an intention for practice to simply broaden your relationship to your heart, and your heart's magical relationship to your breath. We will keep coming back to the heart and the breath throughout practice. Inhale, circle the arms up overhead, look up. and sit halfway down into a squat. Weight in the thighs. Untuck the pelvis. Utkatasana. Exhale, sweep forward, fingertips to the mat or shins. Exhale. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Toe heel the feet together, bend the knees, crouch into a ball. Exhale, dart one leg back and then the other into plank. Lower halfway, chaturanga. Upward dog, flip the feet, straighten the arm bones. Swing the hips back to downward dog, right leg raises, steps between your hands, warrior one, inhale to rise. Easy twist, left hand to the mat, right hand high, side plank. Right foot back into a stable balance in front of the other foot or stacked. Lower the right elbow parallel to the front of the mat. Reach up, look up. Come to forearm plank. Bring your toes hip width. Elbows shoulder width apart, wrapping inwards, dolphin pose. Sending the hips back, walking the feet in. Like downward dog, but on your elbows. Round the back. Widen the shoulder blades, engage your core. Chaturanga, press into your forearms, roll over your toes, upward dog, downward dog. Other side, side plank circles, left leg high, step it between your hands, pivot the back foot, inhale, warrior one. Lower the right hand to the mat, look up, left hand high, stepping the feet back together or stacked, side plank. Lowering the left elbow parallel to the front of the mat, reach high, forearm side plank, forearm plank. Engaging the TVA, looking back for your toes, walking forward into dolphin pose again. Inhale, chaturanga, moving through, circling the upper back up, and sending the hips back to downward dog. Crouch, look forward, jumping or stepping the feet wide to the front of the mat. Squat low. Coming to malasana, feet wide, toes out, knees tracking over toes, taking deep breaths, gently opening the hips. Garland pose, press your left hand onto the left knee, right hand to the ground, gentle twist, look up to the left. Coming through center, other side. Reach your arm out, back flat. Squeezing the thighs together. Rise up to stand. Rise up, look up strong. Bring the feet together at the front of the mat. Inhale, circle the arms up, look up. Chair pose, sit low. Arms reach back, come high on the toes. Inhale, arms forward, drinking birds. Lifting high on the toes on the exhale. Inhale, lower, reach. Inhale to stand. Sweep the arms forward and down. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, look up. Exhale, crouch and shoot or step back. Flowing through your vinyasa. Right leg high, stepping through, rising into warrior one. You are going to make a Surya Mudra with the hands to awaken the energy of the sun. Lower the arms halfway. Cover the nail of the ring finger with your thumb while extending the remaining fingers like the rays of the sun, plugging in. Reach back and out into warrior two, making the back foot parallel to the back of the mat. Twist the palms down and up, feeling the shoulders come together. Extended side angle pose. Right elbow to thigh, left arm overhead, making a diagonal line with your arm, spine, and leg. Spinning the chest to the ceiling. Gaze to the palm. Press back to warrior one. Drill to side angle again, reaching through. And reverse your warrior. Right arm overhead. Back to warrior one, lift the back heel, coming to crescent, squeezing the inner thighs here so much that you end up facing the right into twisted crescent. Now reverse your twisted crescent, come back around, windmill the arms to the floor, step back, lowering halfway to chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. Left leg high, Stepping through to warrior one, opposite side. Reaching high. Feeling more at home in this asana. Surya Mudra, lowering the arms, palms up, ring finger in, windmilling the arms out to warrior two. Spine perpendicular to the ground, shifting the palms down and up. Feeling the subtle energy this hand mudra generates, activating confidence and presence. Extended side angle, left elbow to left thigh, right arm reaching overhead. Spinning the chest open to the sky. Anchoring the right foot. And back to warrior one. Extended side angle. Warrior one, reverse your warrior, reaching overhead. Arms up, high on the back toes, crescent. Squeeze those thighs together, face the opposite direction, opening wide. Arms reaching in opposite directions. And reverse your twisted crescent. Windmilling the arms up and down, framing the foot, stepping back to plank, lowering to chaturanga, flowing through your vinyasa to downward facing dog. Right leg high, stepping through to a high pigeon. Lower the shin to the mat. That's the only thing that's touching. Legs strong, legs off the mat. Inhale, lift the heart cage. Lower hands to mat, step back, left leg high, through to high pigeon, lowering the shin, squaring the hips. Inhale, trusting the strong legs. Lower the hands, step back to downward dog. Another round of pigeon, right leg high, bringing your right heel to your left hip, sinking a little deeper this time, opening up the psoas and hip flexors, heart cage forward and up, pressing into the hands, three-legged dog, left leg up high, bringing it through, left heel to right hip, keeping the knees safe. And change, three-legged dog, downward facing dog. Crouch, look forward, jumper step to the front of your mat, halfway lift, inhale, exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees deeply, belly on your thighs for 3 drinking birds. Lift and reach. 2 and reach. 1. Reach forward. Inhale, come to stand. Lower the hands through prayer. Beginning a Yoga Sculpt taster. Grab your weights or no weights. Bring them into your heart center, pressing them together. Shift your weight into your right leg and heel. Engage your right butt muscle. Place your left foot on your right inner ankle. Stack your pelvis, torso, head over your right leg like a flamingo. Trust your strong, adamant leg. Bring the knee forward and reach your left leg into crescent, high on the back toes. Make a goalpost with your arms, tuck your pelvis, and drop your back knee. 4, 3, freeze the front knee, and 1. Reaching out to warrior 2, micro bend in the elbows. Face to the side, elbows into the waist, bend at the elbows and lift them high for 3, 2, strong upper body, and 1. Back weight to your back hip, right elbow to thigh, punch up into reverse warrior for 3, 2, and 1. Punch out into star and sink down into goddess, placing your weights on your hips and pulse it down for 6. It takes 47 muscles in your face to frown and 17 to smile. Punch out to star, shift to crescent, the front of your mat, pull your weights in, sit deep into chair, hammer tricep kickbacks, pinning the elbows in and up for 3, 2, knees tracking over toes, and 1, coming to stand. Other side, shifting the weight into that left leg, becoming a flamingo. Placing your right foot on your ankle, standing tall. Bring the knee forward. Step back to crescent with control. Arms like goalposts, dropping the back knee. For 3, 2, freeze the front knee, and 1. Punching out into warrior 2, microbend the arms. Lower half of around the world for 4, 3, lifting halfway, placing the butts of the weights together in front of you, and reverse warrior, punching up, exhale, 2, 3, and 4, punching out to star, lowering to goddess, straight to a weighted malasana. Deepening your malasana eventually deepens your forward bend. Rising using your core to crescent, punch up and bring the weights in to standing at the front of your mat. Drop the weights, circling the arms up and forward fold into a vinyasa of your choice. Getting into a sporty breath is natural, but remember the best pranic nutrition is with nasal breathing. Pull forward into plank, push the ground away so much that it puffs up your chest. Widen your palms to the edge of your mat. Step your left foot to dead center. Straddle your Achilles tendon with the right big toe and second toe, like peace fingers. Lower the knee for the push-up like this, or knees lifted. Only 4 reps. Drop 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot to center, left piece fingering toes. Drop 4, 3, 2, and 1. Push the ground away. Press the hips back. Lift the right leg high. Step through to crescent lunge. Lean forward. Grab your weights into your heart and prepare for basic bicep and hammer curls alternating. Lift regular bicep curl, twisting at the top, lowering to hammer, hammer up, twisting at the top, switching and alternating. Regular, lift, switch, hammer, lift, switch. For 4, 3, strong chest and arms, and 1. Elbows out in front, overhead press. 3, up, up, and lower the weights to the floor gently. Stepping back, knees, chest, forehead. Body flat, elbows in cobra. Push back to downward dog. Pulling forward to plank. Rotated push-ups. Roll over the toes and lower the heels all the way to the right. Equal pressure in the palms, growing very long, like samastitihi from your head to your heels. Lower the right knee for a supported push-up option and drop 4, 3, 2, 1. A lot of body integrity here. Heels roll to the left, knee down option. Prepare and drop 4, 3, left arm firing, 2, and 1. Downward dog, left leg high, stepping through to crescent, grabbing your weights again, bringing them to your heart, preparing for hammer curls. Rolling the shoulders down the back, chest proud, palms facing each other. Lower and lift, lower and lift. We're going to lower halfway, go wide with the weights and lift, then come back to center and lift. 3 sets left. 3. Deepen into that rock solid lunge. Where can you let go? Last wide one. Flipping the palms up and going wide for forearm crosses in front, right over left, and left over right. 6 more. 6. Working and toning the front of the shoulders, rotator cuff. Bloom the heart forward. 2 more. Beautiful dirty work. Lower your torso, drop the weights in front of you. Place your hands down, step back to 3-legged dog. Vinyasa, knees, chest, forehead. Lifting to cobra, squeezing the glutes. Press back to downward dog. Walk through the hands and come to a seated position. Reverse the palms behind you. Lift into reverse table, hands under shoulders, knees over ankles. Lower the pelvis for 8 quick micro tricep dips. 8, 7, 6, elbows pointing straight back. 3, 2, 1. Continue dipping or join me for opposite toe touch dips. Right hand, left toe, left hand, right toe. For 6, 5, it's a whole body exercise. 3, 2, smile, and 1, lower gently. Okay, let's celebrate. Crisscross your legs and lean forward into plank. Flow through your vinyasa. Reharnessing the breath. Big long exhale into downward dog. Bring the feet together, high on the toes, knees down, coming into toe breaker. And reverse prayer your wrists in front of your heart for a wrist release. Make an O with your arms and bring them overhead and circle the arms and upper body, bringing prana to the very depths of your heart and fibers of your being. And change direction. Find freedom in the heart cage, the rib cage. The heart enjoys circular movement. Lower and come to table at the top of your mat. Lower your elbows and step back to forearm plank. Tuck the pelvis, engage your TVA, beginning forearm side plank to high side plank, strength circles. Lower your heels to the right, lift the left arm high, left hand to mat under shoulder, roll heels to the left, right arm high, right side plank, left elbow under shoulder, left forearm side plank, to right forearm side plank, circling back through high side planks. Protect the lower back by engaging the core, strong yet relaxed movement, and pressing into your last left high side plank, coming home to forearm plank. Zip up your abs, bend the knees to touch the mat and straighten, bend, straighten for 6 and 5, upper body like a statue. Your mind tires way before your body. Last 2, send it breath, and 1. Okay, toes together, knees down, melt back into child's pose, palms facing up behind you, third eye to the mat. Let it all go. Reboot. One last plank challenge ahead. Face it with your boldest breath yet. Reach forward, pull into table, flipping to the tops of your feet hip width into plank. Right knee to left elbow and return. Left knee to right elbow, return. Twisted mountain climbers, go! 16 seconds on the clock. Set a goal in this moment for this moment. 10 seconds left. Absorb inwards. Work your edge. That's 3, 2, 1. Don't collapse. Lower the knees gently. Toes together, knees together, pushing back into toe breaker or a comfortable seated position for another heart mudra. Make a lotus shape with your hands, pinkies touching, thumbs touching, fingers spread wide and open. Bring your hands to rest at your heart. Hridaya Padma Mudra, heart lotus. On your inhale, feel the healing qualities of peace and love, and on your exhale, release any stuck emotions into the burning fire of your heart. Bring your lotus up over your head and circle the arms back and down, coming to plank at the front of your mat. Back to downward facing dog. Juicy walk up to the front of your mat for our Sculpt series. Grabbing the weights in front of you. Strong torso lifting to stand, rolling the shoulders down the back. Butts of the weight in front of you. Wrists together, heels lift, and then lift your weights to parallel in front of you. Heel lift, parallel in front. Try it together for 5, lifting with balance. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weights pressing at the heart. Weight the right leg and step back into crescent lunge. Feet hip width. Goalpost the arms. Freeze the front knee. Dip the back knee. Compound movement. Overhead press and drop the knee for 8. With control. 6, 5, 4. Exhaling with the press. Final 1. Bringing the hearts through center, punching out to warrior 2. Micro bend the arms, deep lunge, lift the heel as you bring the weights up around the world. Compound movement here, lifting the heel, raising those weights for 3, smile, 2, and 1. Front weight comes into the hip, lean forward, thread the left weight towards the thigh and lift. Stacking the weight over your shoulder overhead. That's 7, 6, 5. This is an oblique twist, full body movement. That is 2. And final 1. Weights coming through center, punching out to star. Palms facing you this time, coming down the front of the body, lifting the toes and lifting the weights like puppet strings for 6, 5, 4, breathing through the mouth to cool the body down. And 1 more. Awesome. Punching out to star, facing the back of the mat, lowering to lunge, pulling the weights in to stand, sitting deep into chair for tricep kickbacks, up, down, up, down, up, up. And 4, 3, 2, isolate the movement. Last 1. Weights to your heart. Step your right foot back into that lunge. We're going to be doing compound movement again, dropping the back knee and tracing the weights along the side of the body to the hips, raising the elbows for 6, 5, count along with me. Shout it out. 2, and smile. Punch out to warrior 2. Lower half of around the world, heel lift as an option for 6, 5. Go inward, close your eyes. Our eyeballs keep our brain too busy. Last 1, and reverse warrior. Weight on the front hip, right comes down and stack it over your shoulder for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last 1. Coming to star, shooting out, finding goddess squat, then lowering the elbows and coming up and down. Kind of an opposite goddess celebratory final compound movement for 2 and 1. Excellent job. Face the front of your mat, shoot out to warrior 1, bringing the weights alongside. For deadlifts, place both weights in the right hand, left hand on the left hip. Micro bend the standing leg, kickstand the left foot. Lower, blossom your glutes back and lift. Lower, lift. That's 6, 5, 4, making the hamstrings strong so they can be supple. 2 and 1. Switch sides, weighting the left leg, kickstanding the right. Lower and lift. That's 7, 6, 5, We store our anger in our hamstrings, burn it up, and extinguish it from your life. 2 and 1. Entering a cardio portion of class, bring your weights to your heart, step your left leg back into crescent, punch your weights up, making a diagonal line from your weights to your heel, and crunch in and pull, pull, pull. Heisman pulls. Keep going. In, stepping the foot back, pausing. Freeze the front knee, drop the back knee as low as you can, and lift, lift, lift. 5, 4, only the back leg is moving. That's 2 and 1. Step it forward, switch legs, right leg back into crescent. Get low, weights overhead, lean forward, get ready to pull the knee in for 8, 7, 6. Pick up the pace. 3 more. 2 and 1. Leave it back there. Get ready for knee drops, chest over pelvis, and get low. Lower the knee and lift. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. This movement really targets proper alignment. Stick with it. That's 2 and 1. Step forward to the front of your mat. Drop your weights. Take in some water. Feel the Kundalini rise within you. Your life force pulsing throughout. Congratulate yourself. That's the end of the cardio portion. Heading into weightless squats. Maybe your squat is wide. You have ample pelvic mobility. Maybe your toes are pointed more forward. However you are comfortable in a wide squat, knees tracking over toes, set it up for toe-heel squats. Drop your squat, come up, lift the heels, keep them high, lower, drop the heels, come up. Hands on hips for 3, 2, and 1. Keep the heels down, squat, lift the heels, press on the way up. For 3, 2, and 1. Toe heel your feet together, hip width or wider. Half squat, lightning bolt shape. Arms above the head like in chair. We're going to play with this. We're going to tuck deeply and then shine the pelvis to the back wall. Tuck, shine, tuck, shine, and then tuck to stand for 8, 7, 6, proper alignment here, 5, 4, shoulders away from ears, 2 and 1. Keeping a half squat, hands pressing together for prayer twists. Right elbow to the mid left thigh and left elbow to the right mid thigh. Go at your own pace here, but we are going to hot pink pick it up for 20 seconds. Twisting and opening while engaging the core. Pressing the hands together, Anjali Mudra, creating a union of the left and right side body. Smile. 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Malasana as your resting pose. Reharness the breath. Next up, frog squats. So we straighten the legs, keep the upper body over the legs, and return to frog. Hips up, torso down for 10, 9, 8. These burn, but the benefits are so worth it. 3, 2, 1. You did it. Amazing. Think of it as burning up yesterday's mistakes and replacing them with today's skillful action. Amazing job. Slowly roll to stand and then sit back into your chair for chair tap outs. Hands to hips. Lightly tap your right foot to the side and then left. Stay here or pick up the pace for chair jacks together. 12 seconds. Get low. Bring the breath in through the nose and then blow out those birthday candles. Last cardio, I swear. And you're done. Lower down to toe breaker or a seated position, calming the heart down with a vital energy mudra, Surya Prana Mudra. Hands over your heart, right under left, feeling the life force there. Tuck your chin. Inhale, super saturate the body with oxygen. Exhale, move your palms away from your heart. Inhale, open up the armpits, heart up, look up. Exhale, back to the heart. Inhale into the heart and exhale, radiating outwards, inward, upward at your own pace. Feel the electromagnetic field radiating into your palms and expanding outward. Connect to your heart. Expand its presence in your room. Become aware of your heart's radiance. Let your heart breathe. Let your heart nourish every cell in your body with positive energy. Preparing for seated exercises and Shavasana with weights and strap near the back of your mat. Begin in Navasana, boat pose. Lean the upper body back. Sit back on the edges of your sit bones off your tailbone. Support with your hands behind you or reach forward. Lift the shins, then come to a V shape. Then we'll be tapping our toes to the mat, then back to the V for 6. Neck long, engage the core, lean back. For 3, 2, 1. Back to boat, hands to prayer for prayer twists to the right and then the left. Right, left, right, left. Beginning bicycle legs. Hands behind the ears, extending the right leg, twisting left, elbow to knee, center, elbow to knee, center, left, right, left, right. That's 3, 2, 1. Now double pulse to the right. Bring it in, in, in. For 5, 4, 3, right side 2, left side for 1, and you're complete. Lowering slowly through an extended boat. Straightening the legs, keeping them high if you can. Lower, lower. Hold just before you touch and release to the mat. Roll onto your left elbow side for mermaid taps. Legs straight. Lifting legs straight up, hands to toes for 8, 7, 6. Pulse it out. 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to be flipping the mermaid tail behind us. Take a look, knees open and wide. Take a peek and then touch those toes again for 4, 3. Gotta have some fun with it, right? 2, be a mermaid. Awesome. Other side. Weight in the right elbow, legs long, preparing with the right arm high, lifting at an angle, hitting the obliques, lifting for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Preparing for mermaid. Support with the hand in front of you. Bend and open the knees. Look behind you. And reach for 4, 3. Have fun with it. 2. Who doesn't love the ocean? And 1. Let's release in Sphinx pose. Roll to your belly, come onto your forearms, slight arch in your upper back, reaching long from head to toe, creating traction with your hands, pulling back on the mat so it elongates your abdominals for a beautiful opening. Close your eyes, find that stillness. Rolling onto your back. Hug your knees into your chest. We're going to work on the lower abdominals, lifting the legs perpendicular, right ankle over left. Palms out to the side. Lift the pelvis and lower for 8, 7, 6. The small of your back leaves the mat, then returns. 2 more, then left ankle over right. And lift, lift. Root your palms into the floor. Reach the legs up like you're pressing a button on the ceiling. And 1. Complete. Grab one weight between your hands. Reach straight up the shins. Lift the head and shoulders for 3, 2, 1. Lower the legs as low as you can go and lift them back to center. We're going to marry the movements this time with a skull crusher, bending at the elbows. So weight to forehead as you lower the legs. Extend the arms and reach up the legs. That's 7. Elbows in, elbows over shoulders. Weight towards the forehead, not touching it. Isolate the movement. 4. As low as you can go. 3, 2, elbows in, lifting those shoulders as high off the ground as you can. And 1. Lower your feet to the ground in a bridge pose position, feet parallel and hip distance apart. Grab the other weight. Press the weights together on your belly for chest presses. Squeezing the weights together, lift them above your chest. And we're going to lower to the belly and up, up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Weights to your hip creases to target the glutes or no weights. Press your heels and lower back into the floor. Extend your neck long. Now lift your hips high, starting from the bottom spine upwards. Lift as high as you can. Make a line from your knee to your upper back. Glutes fully engaged. Lower the glutes 1 inch. Come up. 8, 7. Pulse it out. 6, 5. Hold your weights steady on your hips. Neck long. Last one. Get rid of your right weight on the right side. Press your hand into the floor beside you. Raise your right leg high. Push that button on the ceiling for 8. Lower and lift. 6, 5, 4, 3. Strong hamstrings. And 1. Lower the right leg. Switch sides. Hips high, left leg to the ceiling, and lower and lift. Lower and lift. Hamstrings are a hard group to target. This is important work. 3, 2, each side is different. 1. Lose the weights to the side for good this time. Come up high on the toes, lift the hips high, 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 then unfurl 1 vertebrae at a time, starting with the upper back. Prepare for the counter pose, fish pose, Matsyasana. Stretch your legs one at a time. Place your palms face down under your pelvis. Press your forearms and elbows firmly into the floor. Pull your heart up to the ceiling and your shoulder blades down your back. Adjust your elbows if you need. Lift your upper back and head away from the floor, then gently release your head to the floor with minimal weight on the head. Enjoy deep breathing with the Anahata heart chakra open. Chest and lungs are wide. Feel the wonderful stretch through the front of the body. To come out of this pose, inhale and gently lift the head to look at your toes. Tuck the chin, lift the hips, release the palms, and lower. Ending as we began with the strapped and an honest hamstring stretch. Loop the strap around the foot, tilt the hips so the thigh touches, release the upper back, and start lifting until you feel resistance. Always working with hamstring length. They connect the pelvis through the knee to the shins. Bend the right knee and guide it open to the right side. Stay here, or with the support of the strap, unbend the knee and kick through your right foot as you take it down and out. Keep your left leg active, pointing the toe, rooting down through the leg. Bend your knee, bring it across the body, scoot your left hip under you, and bring the knee to the other side with the strap. Reaching the right arm all the way to the right, connecting the shoulder to the mat. You can look to the left. You can start to kick into the strap for a supine twist and IT band stretch. Return to center. Unleash the strap and lower the right leg with control. Left knee in, leash the left foot, lower all the way to the ground, tilt and connect the thighs, release the lower back and lift to an honest resistance and pause and breathe. Healthy hamstrings lead to healthy asana. Bend the left knee and bring it to the left. With the support of the strap, stay here or kick out. Enliven the right leg, point the toes. Relax the face, the forehead, the jaw, and breathe. Supine twist to the right, bending at the knee, bringing it across the body, scooching the right hip under the left, stacking. Only go as low as feels good on the IT band, kicking out into the left heel, looking left, shoulder attached to the mat on the left, and breathe. Returning to center, releasing the strap, and lowering the left leg. Figure 4, connect your whole spine to the mat, sacrum to head. Cross your left ankle over your right knee, flex the foot to keep the knee safe. Tee the arms, roll the shoulders down the back. Bump your hips to the left and lower your foot. See if you can get your foot to the ground. Make sure that your top leg does not drop toward you. Keep actively pressing outward. And change sides, scooching the hips through center and a bit to the left. Left ankle over right knee, flex the feet, lower. Releasing through the hips and glutes, neck long. Breathe. And return to center. Extend the legs. Every good practice ends with an inversion. We're going to do a small one here. Palms face down under glutes, raising the legs together to perpendicular, and just relax the legs. Let blood flow into them, making it easier for the heart to replenish the blood from the toes. Bend the knees 90 degrees, suck the lower belly in for the last time to the spine, toes to mat. Slide the arms and legs wide, palms up. Relax in Shavasana. Right hand to heart, left hand to belly. Big inhale, bigger exhale. Feel how strong your heart is, how alive your heart is. We are all alive and strong together as a community. Release your arms back down. Eyes closed. Squeeze your face muscles. Make big circles with your closed lips. Lion's breath, tongue out. Shavasana. Feel the natural weight of your pelvis melt into the earth. Tell your body to relax. Wherever you hold tension, tell it to relax. Allow your body to begin to just breathe itself, but always remember your heart. Our intention we set was to broaden our relationships to our hearts, so we live in a more heart-led world, starting with each of us doing the work. Think with your heart. Speak from your heart. Move from your heart. Lead with your heart. Take good care of your heart. Your heart is a constant reminder of your true self. Any moment in the day you need to come home to yourself, you can simply place your right hand on your heart, followed by your left, and remember the actual feeling of life. Allow yourself 5 minutes in Shavasana to absorb the magic you just created within your body, mind, spirit, breath, and heart. I'll be signing off. I hope this helps you to move in a more meaningful way through the rest of your day. Namaste.